All right, guys. Landed, yesterday, early morning. Did a show yesterday. I mentioned I was going to head out to the old property, the property that I grew up on. Got a little over an acre and a half here. And last night was the very first night, probably in 20 years or more, that I've been on this piece of land that I grew up on. So I thought I'd show you around. I had time to put up just put up a tent. Actually, beyond there, you can see beyond the tent is actually the road in the day. So it's relatively close to the road, fairly easy access. Runs north to south, roughly north to south, and overlooks the field where we used to fly kites, the road where I used to crash my bike. So I'll be riding past that on Saturday as part of my charity bike ride. And got a few things just set up. A little camp chair that I brought with me. Or actually, I didn't bring. I brought some with me. But I got that one at Mammy Case. Necessities, of course, bug spray, coffee, water. Water's the boring part. Ended up buying firewood, which is ridiculous. There's plenty of firewood around here, but it was just so much easier. And the tent. Had to make myself a digging stick to dig a fire pit off the end of my rake, which I actually just purchased. I didn't have that, obviously. It didn't really make any sense to bring. But when I got here, I was like, it'd really be helpful to have a rake and rake some of this down, which I did. So, really, great night. I got a good night's sleep. I tend to sleep now 2 hours later here. I was waking up at 6:30 in Colorado. I'm waking up at 8:30 today, or woke up at 8:30 today. I hope that's not a trend, except for the fact that I'm regulating when I'm waking up. That's actually a really good thing. So I think I'm going to just roll with it. But not sure how long I'm going to be hunkered down here. Trying to figure out whether to go. I'll be in Madison Monday night for the game. It sounds like at my cousin Jeff's place, which sounds fantastic. It'll be a great place to kind of close out things and then head home from there. Or I may end up just coming back here and hunkering down until I get, payroll comes in beginning of October. So figuring all that out, but just thought I'd show you around. Oh yeah, see the toilet paper roll that's hanging in it's actually paper towel, but gotta have it. It's the other necessity that I didn't mention, the unmentionable necessity. But not sure exactly what the timeline is. Trip coming kind of to a close, although I'm really hoping a better outcome on Monday night. You wake up every day right now until the Packers prove otherwise, and you've got to be concerned about the state of this team. So, and I talked about on a To Be Fair Tuesday yesterday, talked about, some of the things that, that went right. This was not it's never as bad as it looks. It's never as good as it looks kind of thing. You hear that all the time. There's a lot of truth to that. But in my opinion, having reviewed this game, defensively in particular, I have some pretty serious concerns as to what's going on here, as to whether this defense is going to be able to handle some of the offenses we come up against. The Saints offense, good offense, but Jameis Winston, we made him look like a world beater. He's not that. Now, one of the things, and I don't know if I ever even mentioned it in a video, but I did say, you hand a guy like Jameis Winston to Sean Payton, and I think that's a dangerous combination. I really do, because of his athleticism. The guy in a situation where he's trying to rejuvenate a career that went south. And he's got all the arm talent, but he's also incredibly athletic. He could have a good year. He could be I can't think of a better team for Jameis Winston to land on, to be honest. And then you had the competition with Taysom Hill, who's also very athletic. Remember, he was a 4'4", 640 guy at 220. A quarterback, no less. So winning that competition tells you something about him. He's been a veteran. He's been in this league a long time. And then you add to that the fact that, the genius mind of Sean Payton. It definitely... Oh, I'm just noticing something. Hang on. I'm going to show you this really quick. It's kind of thing here, but let me see if I can get it. Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed. There was a bee that got caught in a spider's web. He got out. He's all right. But it was really wild because it was highlighted, framed right in the woodpile here. And I thought I'd catch it, but maybe catch him going down. But at any rate, um, now we have to wait an extra day to see what kind of we've got in this Packer team if they can bounce back from this one. I'm expecting them to, in my mind, to some extent. I mean, I can hardly imagine us playing that badly. Except it seems like in the big games, we've had bad performances in the big games. Nothing was this bad. And so now you've spent a week going, well, what do we really have in this team? You look at the names on this team. This team should be very, very, very good. Should have outclassed the Saints far and away. You look at their injury report alone. Not to mention the fact that they're, not fielding Drew Brees. But, credit to them, credit to Sean Payton for using Jameis Winston and, using his strengths. And we were not able to take advantage of really anything in that game. I think the first defensive series, we had some good pressure. That's the one I believe Kenny Clark probably should have had a sack. Said he should have had a sack, so yes, he should have had a sack. Rashawn Gary, I thought, looked good in this game. If he had had any support from the defensive backfield, if he had had any support, if Zadarius Smith had been able to play more snaps, I'm expecting him to get home. Now, he had his opportunity with Zadarius Smith not out, but Zadarius Smith hampered and not playing as many reps to go ahead of him in the sack count in that game. And that's one of the things I'm watching, because I've been calling Rashawn Gary to beat out Z or be right up there with him. Especially, and part of the reason for that was because I expected him to miss, and I really wish the Packers would have just shelved Zadarius Smith for this game. If you're going to play that awful, why risk Zadarius Smith even being on the field? Now, credit to Zadarius Smith, and I don't know if I mentioned this on To Be Fair Tuesday, Z made the big play when we needed him. Right, guys? He made the hit on Jameis Winston that caused the ball to float a little bit, that resulted in the interception, the savage interception that should never have been called back. What a bunch of BS. When you do it the way it's drawn up, the way it is legally prescribed, not described, but prescribed in the NFL, and that's exactly how you do it, and then you get punished for doing it right, for playing the game of football right, pisses me off. And I looked at the score in that one, that could have, again, been a second turning point. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers throwing the red zone interception, I guess it wasn't technically quite red zone, maybe, I don't know. But that's the big turning point, but that could have been the spark that we needed. That's all we needed was a spark. Now we need to realize that going into a Detroit Lions game, we're going to need to get that spark early. We're going to need to beat them down. This is a Detroit Lions team that is doing what their new coach said they were going to do, and that is fight, 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 fight. Scrap, kick, claw, bite, and they're not a team that's going to ever give up. So we've got to go in, they're coming to Lambeau Field. We've got to go into this game with that same mentality, and right now, this team, it's going to be interesting to see how they recover. Mentally, this kind of thing can be a momentum buster. So we need a momentum builder out of the Detroit Lions. It's the perfect team to do it. But again, really, honestly, the Saints were the perfect team to kick off the season with. Had we not talked about that, did you not think that too? Listen, this is a great team. We beat them last year when they had Drew Brees. They didn't have Thomas then either. They don't have him this year. We don't have to worry about that. Their second receiver goes down. Their second cornerback goes down. They're down to cornerback like number 3, 4, 5, 8, whatever it is. And yet we can't score more than 3 points. We never put the ball in the end zone once that game. Time to turn things around, so hopefully we'll do so. Anyway, I didn't really mean to talk a huge amount of football, but I figured I would a little bit since I brought you out here. But mainly just wanted to show you around. Not trying to decide. I ran out of data again, so I got to go buy more data, which I really can't afford right now. But trying to decide, I can't get on the weather to see if I need to put my rain fly on the tent. But I know Saturday there's a chance of thunderstorms, which I'm a little concerned about. I've got a poncho. I got to make sure I pack that with me. I've got new bags for the bike, which I'll probably show you at some point here. Maybe I'll do a video on that real quick. My loadout before I do the ride. But anyway, guys, grew up here, spent 18 years solid every day pretty much here, and then 20 plus back and forth when I was in college. The old stomping grounds. it was a special night to set up a tent here and you know, hunker down. It's much smaller. It used to be 300 acres. Now it's 1.55 or 65 or whatever it is. It's okay by me. Very happy. Slept well. Didn't see the bobcat that is now roaming around. You know, I would love to see the bobcat. I think that's awesome. But at the same time, it's really the rabbits used to be here. The bunnies used to be just going crazy back here when the cycle was up. Apparently, from what I understand, met my new neighbors, or two doors down neighbors, Marcia and Ted, and they said the bunnies have really suffered since the bobcat came in and potentially moved out. So anyway, that's the story from Black River Falls, Wisconsin, south of Black River Falls, Wisconsin. And Packers need to bounce back, so we'll keep on it. I'll try to get to town where I can get this video up to Patreon. Love you guys, appreciate the support. I'm gonna need to start building some of this too, so we'll get some other stuff going now that the season is back around and we got football to talk about. All right, guys, hope you have a good one. Take care. Guys, it's a young bald eagle. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it or not. Where is it? See it right there? That's an immature bald eagle. Look at him, he's circling back around. I'm gonna try and stop here. Look at that, wow. Let me see. And there's a mature one right there. And I just missed it, but a big 8-point buck just went in here. Let me see if I can just catch him. I'm just gonna paint. There they are again. There's about 5 of them. And there's a deer carcass there. I saw some of the remnants got hit on the road and made it into the field a little bit. And this time there's about 5 of them. Look at that. And one's just standing over it. Let's see if I can get some close-ups. Look at that. Just in case you're not aware, you would never have seen anything like this growing up in Wisconsin through the 80s and 90s. And then I'm trying to think of when there's the immature one, younger one. I'm trying to think of when they started coming back. Late 90s maybe, we started seeing a few, and now they have just mounted a comeback. And that's just a beautiful sight. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And there's one more. I think there were 5, and now I'm only seeing 3, like a pair of mature ones and one immature one. There were more than that a moment ago. Let me see if I can get a little wider angle. And then back here, you'll see the white head if I can pick it up. It's just hard to look both in the viewfinder and in the, yeah, there we go. Yep, so another one back there, and they'll probably get up when I start to drive away. I'm gonna turn the air down a little bit. But yeah, this is the same spot as yesterday, so we'll see if they go now. Really, let's see if I can get even maybe a little closer. I don't want to disturb them too much, but I mean, this meal is available. It's not going anywhere, so they can always come back. But boy, that's really something. Look at that guy. Having a feast. Help keep them through the winter, without a doubt. Wow. And I've been closer than this to them. Actually, there was one on Highway 27 years ago, just standing there
tall as can be. Let me see, I lost him now. I've got it zoomed in. It makes it... Here comes the other one. Right, if I can get it. Right there. So there's one, and there's two. And then the immature one is the one that seems a bit skittish. Well, yep. That's the bald eagle right there. That'd be a bald eagle. Oh, look at him ruffle his feathers a little bit. And some other flora and fauna of Wisconsin, one of which I just dispatched. Where's the other one? Like, you got bald eagles, and just slightly smaller, that guy's still kicking, are the mosquitoes.
Okay, come on. You can go now.